The Fall Classic is here, everybody. The World Series matchup is set for 2024, and it's a matchup of the two biggest markets in the United States of America, the Los Angeles Dodgers and the New York Yankees. Let's see how this unfolds, man. This is going to be a good series. I know a lot of people are not interested in this matchup because of the teams that are in it. Frankly, we haven't seen this before. Two historic franchises, the star power, it gives me, a reminder of Warriors Cavs. I mean, you look at KD Warriors and you look at LeBron's Cavs. You guys know I'm a huge Cavs fan. I mean, smoked us in 17 and 18, which I did not enjoy one bit, obviously, as a Cavs fan. But as an NBA fan, I'd figure because of the talent on the floor, it was great. And even the 73 and 9 against the LeBron Cavaliers when we won, you really can't write it any better. So honestly, I'm excited for it. We all agree it's not going to be a lopsided series at all. But let's see how it unfolds. But let's take a look at the New York Yankees, rather. So obviously, Aaron Judge, he starts, and then Juan Soto, a clutch home run in the NLCS Game 5 against Cleveland. Garrett Cole, I believe, is starting in Game 1. I'm not sure if Aaron Boone announced that yet. But a great rotation. Obviously, it starts with Garrett Cole and just power hitters that are just capable of changing a game by one swing of the bat. Their issues, they're very top heavy. I mean, you look at some of these like players, obviously they're, star-studded and everything, but, the lack of depth, I think that's going to be a little bit of an issue for the Yankees, and then you look at Luke Weaver at that bullpen especially. I mean, he's been a little inconsistent, especially in Cleveland. In Game 3, he was, obviously blew that save. I just don't know about the bullpen, but I do trust Luke Weaver. I mean, he did get the final, save in the NLCS against, the Guardians, but the Yankees, man, they look like a team that is ready to win it all, and they just look hungrier than ever, man. So give them a lot of respect. I mean, this is a team that went through a lot of ups and downs, went on a ton of, they had some bumps in the road. It wasn't like it was smooth sailing and they got here. I mean, you just got to give them some credit, man. I mean, even that series against Cleveland, I mean, yeah, I know it went only 5 games, but I mean, they had to grind out, in Game 4, they had to come back they blew a 6-2 lead, and then the Guardians had all the momentum, and then Yankees came and then shut them out in the 9th, and obviously scored 2. So that level of mental toughness, I think, is really improved for the Yankees, but I do think it's all around a very good team. That's why they're the AL champions. Now we look at the other side. We look at the Dodgers. Some key players, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, who is limited, Shohei Ohtani, Tusker Hernandez, so I think that their offense is a lot more deeper. I mean, and even that rotation. I mean, Walker Buehler, he starts it off. Unfortunately, as we all know, Shohei Ohtani is not pitching because of the UCL injury. I mean, I know Nestor Cortes for the Yankees is supposed to rejoin. I'm not sure if the Dodgers. I know that they have a little bit of injuries going around as well. I mean, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. I always say his last name when I refer to him, but Jack Flaherty, Walker Buehler, you can go around the list, man. They got a ton of deep guys, man. Bobby Miller's no slouch either. So yeah, I think they got a deeper rotation, obviously more than the Yankees for sure. A versatile bullpen that really could handle some critical innings. I just think it's gonna come down to who's gonna be clutch. I think it's gonna come down to who steps up under the pressure. I don't like to word it this way because everybody wants it, but who kind of wants it more in a way that you just outperform the other, man. I know that's the cliche thing to say for everybody who's, making picks, but I do think that it's just going to come down to that because that's how good and talented both these teams are. But I think that their Yankees rotation, while it's really, really good, their bullpen can definitely, the wear and tear could catch up. And, the same with the Dodgers. I mean, their heavy bullpen usage, it could come back and, haunt them a little bit. But I don't know. I heard that Shohei Ohtani could be potentially coming out of the bullpen. I'm not sure how true that is. I just saw a rumor on that. So we'll just see how that goes. But overall, the Dodgers also looking like an amazing team. I do think it's just a matchup of two absolute heavyweights going at it. And here's my takeaways, guys. I think this is going to be a high-scoring, driven, just amazing series with both teams coming on. I mean, Mookie Betts, I didn't even mention him. I mean, he's been a monster as well. Garrett Cole's performance for the Yankees. Can the bullpen hold serve for the Dodgers like they did against the Mets in the NLCS? And then the ALCS, I mean, can the Yankees offense come up clutch again? Like I said, Shohei Ohtani coming out of the bullpen. But I think this could be an all-time classic. I really do. I think these are two absolute heavyweights. I think these are a combination of clutch, and then they got just size and speed on that team. I guess not size and speed, but a speed and like just power on that team, I should say. Yeah, this ain't football. But here's what I'll say, guys. I think that these are just two absolute heavyweights. I don't want to even like get into who I want to see more. Honestly, as a Reds fan, I really don't care. What I'm happy about is we swept both these teams. I'm not gonna lie, that's my World Series this year, I guess, because it is impressive that we did sweep these teams. Unfortunately, we didn't even make it to the playoffs, but the Fall Classic is always a great one to watch. This has the potential just to be an amazing show for all MLB fans around the country, around the world. But based on what I've said and seen, based on just the depth, the offense balance that they have, the rotation for the Yankees, that could keep them close. But I'm going with the Los Angeles Dodgers to win the 2024 World Series. In 7 games, they're going to get their 8th trophy, leaving the Yankees stuck at 27. Would I be surprised if the Yankees win? Absolutely not, especially on the road in a Game 7. We've seen, teams go in to LA even and win, obviously the Astros, even though that was a controversial series. The Red Sox won in 5 in LA. It's going to be an amazing show for all the fans. I think it's going to be a great series, but I just think the Dodgers' depth, their home field advantage, let's not forget that. That could give them an edge, even though I do think that this series does start off 1-1. Yankees probably take Game 3. I'll say the Dodgers win the next 2. Yankees steal Game 6. Dodgers win Game 7. That's how I'll say it. It goes just a back and forth, teetering back and forth. I would love a World Series Game 7. We haven't had that since 2019. Something that we're all waiting for. But Dodgers get their 8th World Series, but it's going to be an amazing series, and I respect the hell out of both these teams, for making it here. But I do have Mookie Betts winning MVP as well. I just think he's due for like an amazing series like he did in the NLCS. I think he's going to come out, just show that, the Dodgers in general are just coming out for revenge. I mean, they just seem like they've heard all the talking about who's, winning the World Series, and a lot of them didn't win it. Obviously, Corey Seager won MVP in 2020 as their shortstop, but this time I just think Mookie Betts is due on offense. I think he's going to just come back with a vengeance and, kind of show the world, because as, I think it was Kike Hernandez, I forget who, but they said, like, we just don't give a bleep, as, he said. But, man, it's a tough one, because this is just two amazing teams. And first one I've been excited about in a while. I mean, the Rangers winning last year was great, but this has the potential to just be even better. So that's all I got to say, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. This World Series is going to be fun. Just can't wait to watch it. It's going to start this Friday. And Ohio GameTalks is signing off for the night. Can't wait for spring training, man. Reds are in for a hopefully much better season than last year. New manager and everything. That's got me excited. But you guys enjoyed this series, as will I. Have a good one, guys.